Hello, my name is Adele Andrews, and this is Leadership Talk. Today's guest is Dr. Daryl Green. Welcome, Dr. Green.
Thank you, Adele.
Dr. Green provides motivation, guidance, and training for leaders. He's the author of Job Strategies for the 21st Century. At critical ages and stages of their development, he's helped to guide and train leaders. He has over 25 years of management experience and has been noted and quoted in USA Today, Ebony Magazine, and the Associated Press. We'd like to get to know Dr. Green today and ask him a few questions about himself and share with our audience. Dr. Green, can you tell us about yourself?
I'm glad to be here talking about leadership. A little bit about myself. I'm originally from Louisiana. I grew up in Shreveport. In a Christian household, my mom and dad. My mom was a chauffeur. My dad was a janitor, instilling us the Christian values. I had three sisters. I was the only boy in our family.
The only boy.
Yeah. And graduated from Southern University in mechanical engineering. Met my lovely wife, Estrelita Adele Green, was Angels at the time. Met her at Southern University. She's a civil engineer, mechanical engineer. We met our first college engineering class. We met together. It was a beautiful experience. At the end of our courtship, our senior year, she was heading to Mobile, where she's from. I was going to head to Norfolk Shipping Yard with the shipping department, and we came across the Department of Energy. We both had interviewed with them, liked what they were talking about. They were looking for engineers to become managers because they said they could teach. It was easier for them to teach engineers how to manage than to teach manager or business majors how to become engineers. And so, amazing enough, Estrelita had an opportunity to go to do a plant visit in Washington State. There was a job available there, and we both interviewed. And I told her, I said, the only way you're going to go to Washington State, you need to have your fiance with you. And she did.
I can't imagine what they had to say to that.
I can't either. I got a call from the HR person wanting me to hire, come to Washington, and I didn't want to make the decision until we talked. And they flew her to where I lived, and within 24 hours, we made the decision. And believe it or not, all hell broke out in our families because they could not understand why in the world would we go 3,000 miles away from family. But from that, we built a relationship. We built our careers. We had opportunity to do a lot of different leadership roles. I had opportunity to come back to the South and working with the Department of Energy in Oak Ridge office. And from there, we have three wonderful children: Mario, Demetrius, and Shalita, our daughter. And we are just so happy. And I really enjoy helping people. That's really my passion. I get really fired up. I think we can make a difference. And that's just a little bit about myself.
Yeah, that's a good information. We appreciate that. And we appreciate you for coming on and sharing some information and answering some questions for our audience.
Hopefully not too hard.
Not too hard, not too hard. We really want them to have a better view.
To feel me.
Of yes, to get a better understanding of who you are.
I appreciate
and
it.
to have a better view of leadership
Yes.
in today's culture as well. And along those lines, can you share a little bit about us, a little about yourself, your work experience in industry and academics and even in the private sector?
Yeah, I mentioned I work for the Department of Energy. Worked for the Department of Energy, managing projects, both nuclear or non-nuclear projects, multi-million-dollar projects, very complicated projects. So that was one of the things. I got a chance to do waste management. I've done research and development. I've done construction, managed construction projects, maintenance projects. Got a chance to do waste management, environmental management, whole variety of those type of things. I also had a chance when I first came to the Department of Energy to be a safety and health engineer, which is very interesting. I've done quality assurance. I've been a training manager, so a whole variety of different things. In terms of on the in terms of the private sector, I started my own company with my wife. It's called Performance Management and Logistics Associates, a consulting firm. We started in Knoxville, Tennessee. Had an opportunity to actually have a publishing house, and that was a great opportunity to do that, and also do some consulting work, to do some personal coaching to professionals trying to gain more influence. So I had an opportunity to do a whole lot of different things. And again, I'm a community advocate. I'm a deacon at my church in Knoxville. I work with youth and try to work with men and try to help build our communities to be better. So those are some of the things in terms of work experience, in terms of, if you know, leading and managing people it's a very difficult task because that's the variables.
It's not easy. It sounds like you have quite a varied background and a lot of experience that you can bring to bear in this leadership area. How does that shape your view of leadership in today's culture?
Well, one of the things I think is very important, and our world is very changing. We live in a global environment, a global market. I think it goes back to, I say, the golden rule, trying to treat people with respect. And I think because we're very different, and what I also teach, I teach graduate students, undergraduate students at Lincoln Memorial University. I've taught at Knoxville College. I've taught at Johnson Bible College or Johnson University. And one of the things that I always go back is try to treat people. People are very different, so everybody's different, so I can't treat everybody the same. But I always try to treat people fairly. And that's why I think those things are very important in terms of having a background. From where I come from, those principles are very important. So I manage from a worldview, a biblical worldview, that there are really right and wrong. There is actually truth. And so I think having those, some people are kind of wishy-washy. But I think you definitely have to have boundaries, and people respect that. In having students, they appreciate having expectations and standards. And I've never been surprised. I've seen the students rise to the occasion. So I think it's very important to have that as a leader, to lead with integrity, to have convictions. And there are a lot of managers that we'll probably talk about, but there are very few leaders. Leaders inspire change and provide vision to help the followers to move in a certain direction.
Well, it sounds like you're pretty passionate about this subject. And the title of your book, Job Strategies for the 21st Century, seems to indicate that as well. Is that the passion of your life, and what drives you in that direction?
That's a great question, and I think it comes from how God made us. I think God's given us all different gifts and talents and abilities. I think my gift is pretty much helping others. I like to help others. I like to see people get better. I think it goes with the coaching part of helping students, mentoring students, helping them be the best they can be. And there's a quote. The lady's name is Emma Brombeck. And she said at the end of her life, she's going to come meeting God, and she's going to say to God, I use everything you gave me. And really, that's really my goal, to use all the gifts and abilities God has given me to make the world better. And I have a friend, his name is Larry Clark. We meet every day at work. He's there early at 6 o'clock. I get there around 6:30. And we kind of have a little fellowship, talk a little bit about, and he brought up the thing. I was getting ready to pack my bags in terms of retirement, trying to make those things happen. I came up with, my 27 years got reduced to one box. And I was kind of thinking about all the things that I didn't achieve, promotions that I probably didn't get, things I didn't do. And he mentioned about the dotted line. I said, the dotted line. He mentioned that the dotted line is, on a tombstone, your beginning, the date you were born, and the date you die. In between that is what we call a dotted line. And so my goal is to make the most I can make out of life, to make impacts on society and on individuals. And that's why I try to get the most out of that dotted line as I can.
That's wonderful. It seems like you're packing quite a bit into your dotted line.
Hoping to.
Well, in closing, what advice would you give to individuals who desire a better life?
But one of the things that my area of research is just looking at leadership, decision making, and looking at culture, organization change. Because if you can improve your decision making, you can improve the quality of your life. And so, what I like to leave people to set a goal for yourself. Have a personal goal for yourself, and to surround yourself with positive people, and to always have hope. And I believe that you got to have a solid foundation. So for me, I believe in God. He sets my life, but having a solid foundation, I think, will make you successful in life. When people tell you you can't do it, you know that you can do it, and having that belief and having that faith and having that hope to make those things happen.
On that note, I'd like to thank you, Dr. Green,
Appreciate it.
for sharing your time with us. If you have any questions, audience, you can reach Dr. Green at his website, on his LinkedIn, his Facebook, or other social media platform. And would you like to share what your address is?
Yes, I appreciate it, Adele. My account is, my website is www.drdarylgreen.com. And you can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and other social media outlets.
Stay tuned for next time. Let God lead you because He is a mighty good leader. Signing off.